Yeah, let's just go for it. Hello there, Gruz, it is I. That's not gonna be a thing. I'm bad at greetings, we've established this. Anyway, welcome to Like It Hot stage ranking outfit fit. I can't even make sentences. Anyway, so since the Like It Hot official promotions are over on music shows, we're still doing I Can't Breathe and it's slaying my entire life, but Like It Hot is over. I know, we're all sad. But we're going to rank the stage outfits because why not? You know, why not? Let's do that. Let's be those people. So I'm gonna try and talk quick because I know I fucking ramble. It's a problem. But I'm going to rank each of them by group, like as in each individual stage. Sort of, some of them are doubled, but they're going to be ranked by each individual stage, but are all going to be in like one big order. I know there's like different ways that people do shit like this. If I was doing it for Bazooka, because everything they wore was completely different, I would do it individually. Does that make sense? But for Like It Hot, because a lot of them were very similar, I think it's easier to just rank them by group. I hope this makes sense. Anyway, that's what's going to happen, but I am going to say my favourite from each position, stage, that I don't know how to talk.
Tell me, 비밀로 할게, show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby, 다 보여줘 now.
So these come at the bottom. I kind of knew they would come at the bottom as soon as I saw this stage. I was like, nah, not happening. In general, I prefer the half suits for this era rather than these. Like, these are more individual, they're more cool, they more have their own quirks, but overall I prefer the half suits. And with the all white look, like with the white outfits and then the white leather on top, it looks so bright and so kind of washed out. It looks a bit shit, okay? You will see throughout this video that there is actually a sort of pattern in terms of colour of my preference. So with the white ones right at the bottom, you're kind of gonna know what's gonna be at the top. Actually, no, you probably know if you follow me on Twitter. Anyway, my favourite out of these is probably Minju, just because those sleeves, I'm gonna be going on about those sleeves a lot because they're so fucking gorgeous. But yeah, that is why Minju's my favourite out of these ones, but they just look a bit shit overall.
Tell me, 비밀로 할게, show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby, 다 보여줘 now.
I think these ones are just a bit too harsh to look at because it's a very prominent gold colour they've got going on underneath, and then just kind of the dull brown leather. I mean, it's not like a dull colour, but brown leather just doesn't look that good. So with like the harsh gold and then the brown leather, it kind of blends too much and then stands out too much together. Does that make any sense? All the frills on it is too much for me. It kind of reminds me of, there was these outfits that Dreamcatcher wore in Scream era, and they literally looked like little lions, and it looked kind of naff, and these kind of have the same vibe going on, especially Seokyeong's. Seokyeong literally looks like she's from the cast of The Lion King, so that's why that's down here. I'd say my favorite is Seokyeong, just because I fucking love that top, and then the belt that she's got on it, it looks really good, and even though it's like kind of naff colours, it still looks amazing, and I'm like, yes, Seokyeong, queen.
Tell me, 비밀로 할게, show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby, 다 보여줘 now.
Again, it's the all white thing. It looks too washed out, but these ones I think are better than the other ones because, again, the half suits, I prefer the half suits, and it's got like a slightly pale gold colour on the outfit, so it adds a little bit of a contrast. It's not a lot, it's not enough to make it look a lot better, but it's nicer than the other ones. So yeah, Minju is my favourite just because it just looks the nicest.
Tell me, 비밀로 할게, show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby, 다 보여줘 now.
It's the brown leather, it just looks kinda shit. But with the plain white, it overall just looks kind of dull because the white, this is how I'm explaining it, the white is like a base and then the colour they've put on top of it isn't very eye-catching, isn't very pleasant, if you want to use that word. So it ends up looking kind of boring, but it's nicer to look at than the strong gold of the other ones. But it's not like very, wow, these are amazing. if that makes sense. So my favorite here is actually Soso's. Soso's done dirty in terms of styling, but this is actually my favorite because she has the smallest kind of brown bit on her outfit, so you can kind of ignore the naff color of it.
Tell me, she 비밀로 할게. Show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby. 다 보여줘 now.
So these have the same like bottom outfits as the other show champion ones, but the black leather makes it look ever so slightly better because it's more of a contrast because you've got like the harsh gold but the black stands out even more. So it still looks a bit shit to me. It's a nicer contrast and the black distracts from the harsh gold rather than blending in and then bringing it out more. Does that make sense? So again, Soryang's is my favorite because that top is so fucking gorgeous. I'm never gonna be over it. It's gorgeous.
Tell me, she 비밀로 할게. Show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby. 다 보여줘 now.
These ones seriously remind me of the Total Eclipse dance video, and then it also makes me remember we don't have an OT7 version of that yet. Steve, sort that out. For these, I'm very thankful that there is a variety for the half-suit looks and it wasn't just black with this underneath or this outfit with a different colour. It was like they actually thought about it and they thought, okay, what else can we do? But the problem with these for me is that it doesn't fit with the other colours and styles of this era. Like there's a lot of black and gold and then there's also white. This does have white, but the blue, there's no blue anywhere else in these stage outfits. So having these bright blue suits, it just kind of doesn't fit and doesn't really give me the mystical Like It Hot vibes. I don't know. It just seems like they tried and failed to do something different, and I appreciate that they tried, but it just doesn't hit for me. And also I think that some of the outfits underneath look a bit blander, like Seokyeong's and An's, they look really nice with the other half suit outfits, but here it's just kind of like a plain blue skirt or shorts or whatever, so it overall looks a bit naff compared to the other half suit looks, but I do really like that they tried something different and they were like, right, this is another thing we can do with this look. So Minju's is my favorite, again because of the fucking sleeve. Right, let's talk about how gorgeous this sleeve is. It's parted in the middle. I don't know fashion terms. That's how I'm describing it, but then it comes in the middle so it's not like flapping around everywhere. It just looks really nice, okay? So yeah, Minju's is my favorite.
Tell me, she 비밀로 할게. Show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby. 다 보여줘 now.
Yeah, again, the brown leather, it just looks kinda shit. Yeah, but I think because the actual outfits aren't as harsh a gold colour as the other ones, it's a lot nicer. They look a lot more similar to the just plain black and white ones that were from the teasers. Actually, when this stage first started, I was like, oh, have they not changed those outfits from yesterday at all? And then I realised it was brown leather rather than black leather. I'd say these are a good in between of the harsh brown and gold of the show champion ones, and then the dull white and brown of the Simply K-pop ones. It's kind of like a nice in between, even though the colours still don't agree with me, so that's kind of why it's where it is. Again, Minju's is my favourite. That overskirt she has over it, it's so gorgeous no matter what colour it's in, and her top also looks really nice. Minju had a lot of good outfits this era.
Tell me, she 비밀로 할게. Show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby. 다 보여줘 now.
I'd say for these, the idea of them is really nice with the plain white and the grey leather. The sleeves, especially Seokyeong's are so fucking big. They have no reason to be that big. I don't like big sleeves. Lena's has like stripes on it for some reason. I don't know why they couldn't have just kept it the way it was. I don't know if they're little glittery stripes on it or what, but it's there and I don't like it. But the grey leather does look better than the brown leather. It provides a nicer contrast and is closer to the black leather, which obviously will be coming up. It just looks nicer. So yeah, for these, I think my favorites are Minju and Soso, because Minju always looks gorgeous in that look. But Soso's also works really nicely. So yeah, Minju and Soso for that.
Tell me, she 비밀로 할게. Show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby. 다 다 보여줘 now.
This is kind of the same idea as the last ones. It's the white and grey. I think it works quite nice. It's not like the biggest contrast in the world, but at least it's not white being contrasted with a naff colour. But the half suits, obviously I prefer the half suits, and their sleeves aren't as wild. So these ones are nicer to me. My favourite is, again, Minju. That sleeve just gets me every time. It's so gorgeous.
Tell me, 11비밀로 할게 show me 숨겨진 이야기 baby 다 보여줘 now.
It's the black and white contrast. The black leather looks the best wherever it is. I love that black leather look. It's really nice. So like the plain white outfits and then the black leather on top of it, it's such a contrast and it really highlights the black leather aspects of it rather than kind of just having it there. It's like that's the main part of their outfits. So it's simple, but it works really well. My favorite is Soryong's. Again, that black top is so gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. I want it. Steve, I'll give you my address. Just send it here when Soryong's done with it. Thank you.
Tell me, 11비밀로 할게 show me 숨겨진 이야기 baby 다 보여줘 now.
I really like the black and gold look. I would say the actual outfits underneath for quite a few members look a bit chunky. There's a bit too much going on, but the suits just look so nice that it distracts from it. I'd say my favorites here are actually Mia and Anne. Rare for Mia. I never have Mia's as my favorite because my style is quite different from hers, but I love her, so. But yeah, Mia's got like the trousers and it just looks really nice, but then Anne has this black skirt rather than a gold dress or a gold skirt. It's a black skirt and it's got this kind of netting material that comes off it and it looks so gorgeous. So I guess my favorites is Anne, but I also want to say Mia as well just because Mia's looks so gorgeous.
Tell me, 11비밀로 할게 show me 숨겨진 이야기 baby 다 보여줘 now.
So these ones are more or less the same as the last ones, but there is like a slight difference. I think the outfit underneath is slightly different, so it looks a lot less chunky. That's why it's slightly higher because it just looks a bit nicer on them. So again, Mia and Anne are my favorites.
Tell me, 11비밀로 할게 show me 숨겨진 이야기 baby 다 보여줘 now.
I think we've got to the point where it's obvious the black outfits are my favorites out of all the Like It Hot outfits. So out of all the black outfits, I think the white suits just kind of take away a little bit too much from the black outfits underneath. Even though I prefer the half suits, it kind of works the least well with these black outfits that are underneath them because I'm obsessed with them. They're amazing. So I'd say my favorites is Seokyoung because I just really like the top that she has on, and then there's not a lot distracting from that bit. Even though the white half suit is very much there, it just looks very nice.
Tell me, 11비밀로 할게 show me 숨겨진 이야기 baby 다 보여줘 now.
I mean, these are pretty much the exact opposite of the last ones because it's a plain white outfit with a black half suit, but the simplicity really works for me. It doesn't have too much going on, but it's not dull at all, so that's why I really like it. Also, they're not chunky looking underneath, unlike the black and gold half suits that they had. Again, Mia and Anne are my favorites. For like this kind of look, Mia and Anne just had it. I think it's the black bottom rather than the white bottom is what I really like about theirs.
Tell me, 11비밀로 할게 show me 숨겨진 이야기 baby 다 보여줘 now.
So these ones I was obsessed with as soon as I saw them. They are so gorgeous, and I think without the half suits, the black outfits are really shown nicely because they're nice and sparkly and glittery and they have such nice details on them. So I think these aren't my top ones because the white leather contrasts a bit too much. The white leather does stand out quite a bit on them, but it overall looks very nice and glittery. So So I'd say my favorites are Seokhyung, Minju, and Lena. Actually, I think that was my favorite Lena outfit just because the black dress looked so nice, and then with the white kind of belt with the skirt overlay on it. I don't know what to call it, but it just looks so good. So I think that's my favorite Lena outfit.
Tell me, she 비밀로 할게. Show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby. 다 보여줘 now.
So now the pattern is very clear. Black and grey looks so nice to me. It's the dark colours, I think, because with the black and then just like a darker contrasting colour, it's so dark and so to my taste. I love it so much. I think the half suits, even though in general I prefer them, they kind of hide how nice the black outfits are underneath, like with the white half suits. I like them, but the outfits underneath are so pretty. I just want to see them. So I'd say out of these, Mia's is my favorite. Like strictly Mia's is my favorite. Yeah, Mia just looks so gorgeous here. I'm obsessed with this Mia. I'm glad there's a fan cam for it. And I'm gay. Mia!
Tell me, she 비밀로 할게. Show me, 숨겨진 이야기, baby. 다 보여줘 now.
So these, I think, are the black outfits in their full glory. The grey leather doesn't contrast with it as much as the white leather, but I like that. It kind of blends into it, but is still there. So I think that it just really shows off how nice the black outfits are, whereas the white leather kind of makes you look at the white leather, but the grey leather makes you look at the nice pretty black outfits underneath. A detail I really like about Mia's is the harness she had on. Like usually it was just brace straps or whatever, but here it looks a bit like a rib cage. I don't know if that was intentional or if that's just my brain seeing that, but it looks like a rib cage and I'm obsessed with it. So I'd say my favorites are Seokhyung, Minju, and Lena again because their tops are just so pretty. I don't know, they're just gorgeous. They all look so amazing with these black outfits, but yeah, Seokhyung, Minju, and Lena are my favorites there. So yeah, those are my favorites. I'm obsessed with them. I love them so much. So that was the order, obviously. Quite clearly I like the dark outfits. I usually do. I'm predictable. If you came here thinking, I wonder what she's gonna do, I'm predictable. I like the dark stuff, but I'd say for this era, I surprisingly really liked it styling wise because the kind of ideas that they had going on with these outfits, with the half-sleeves look, I don't know what to call it. Those are trends that I just don't like. Like, I'd say the bazooka era is definitely still my favorite styling wise. I'm obsessed with the styling of that era. It's more my style, but with this era, it just very surprising and like surprisingly good, and it was consistent. It did keep a consistent theme of styles throughout, almost. And each member I think had a nice standout outfit that I was like, oh my god, that's their best look this era. Maybe apart from So-So. I've got to talk to Steve about that. Who believes So-So came back after a year and this is what happened? Fuming. But anyway, that was it. Thank you for listening to this shit. I don't know if ranking other GWSN styling eras would be something people are interested in. It's kind of old news now, but if you want to see it, I'll do it. If nobody really cares, then I won't put in the effort. But yeah, thank you. Bye bye, Grooves. Oh, there's a cat. Everyone alert Mia. Shut up. Yeah, let's just ignore the fact that a cat's just come in. I forgot what I was saying. Bloody cat! She's lovely. Can you hear the cat? There is a cat. Phoebe. Phoebe, I'm trying to. Okay, carry on. Stop singing Red Sun. But it's a nicer contrast in the black. Just cat's gone out again.